Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Hi, how are you all doing? It is currently 11 minutes past 2 in the morning here. Why am I streaming at 11 minutes past 2 in the morning? Because my life is unhinged like that. No, not really. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone's having a good evening. I assume evening because most people in the UK are asleep right now. Yeah. Um, so the other night we started Duke Nukem 64. It's 7 p.m. here. Nice. I mean, it's a time ever in the world, isn't it? But yeah, if you look out, if I pointed the camera out the window, it is dark out there. It is dead of night dark. But yeah, so I figured we would wrap up Duke Nukem 64 tonight because we kind of made a lot of progress. We made a lot more progress than I was expecting the other day. Now you'll notice not doing a vertical stream today. I think I figured out the problem. I think I know why it's happening, but I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. I put it in the tomorrow pile. So mounting staves, mounting standard time here. Nice, nice. So yeah, rather than just keep preambling on, let's just dive into the alien shooting fun. Your microphone has no signal. My microphone is turned on, so yes, it does have signal. I do like how the streaming software just kind of makes up its own dealy at some point. Right, let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, we are playing RedNukem here. We're not because if I play the original hardware version of Duke Nukem 64, I would need to grow a third arm. That is generally the thing. So yeah, where did we get up to the other night? I think we got up to.
Come get some. Nobody steals our chicks and lives.
So just a second, we got up to. I'm trying to work out where we got up to. 204. No. I forget that with RedNukem, it likes to play. We got past Water Factor actually. 2, 1, 2. There we go. I think we got up to. Did we do Fusion Station? Yes, we did because I used the trick. I used the jetpack trick. DN Scotty. 2, 1. I've been playing Majora's Mask on my PS Vita. Oh, Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game, so excellent choice. Excellent choice. 2, 1, 4. Wait. Am I in the right version of this game? Give me a second. I've just realised. Because I have two versions of RedNukem. I have an older version that I used to record all my old videos, and then I downloaded a newer version. And I think what I've done here, I think I've opened the old one because I'm sat here wondering why is there no save game? Because I swear I saved it. Let's just check. I'll pop my head into this version. Yes, okay. So we were playing on the old version, so that's why. Right, easy fix. I'm sat here wondering, like, I swear I saved it. Yes, so we made it all the way to Tiberius Station. Hey James, welcome. Is this a port or recompilation? It uses the ROM file but a native PC port, so maybe it's a combination. I think it's I don't know. I'm not smart. I think it's a recompilation because it's not a port. It goes deeper than a port. Majora's Mask is probably my favourite. I love the moves you have in Wind Waker. Yeah, I love the combat system in Wind Waker. Unfortunately, it's like I'm back playing GoldenEye on real hardware. Excellent. I need to capture footage for that because I want to do it in retrospect for GoldenEye. But the thing is, I don't want to use the 360 footage because it's a bit. Let's kill this. So I've actually been playing SimCity 4 for most of the night. It's been fun. A friend got me back into the City Builders recently, so I've been kind of like, maybe I should give City Skylines another try. That's been my evening basically. Excuse me. I may very well do a I might do a SimCity. I don't think I'll do a SimCity stream on this channel because it would die a painful death. But I might do a City Skylines one. Port recompilation and decompilation are three very different things. I think because I know this is reverse engineered. Okay, that clearly did not work. Are you planning to play plug and play? So funnily enough, I've actually got a PC version of that ready to go. I might play it to be on stream, to be honest. It might make a good stream game, to be honest. But yeah, there's a version. Someone put them on. Someone actually put them into a PC port, so I'm going to play those. Go and poke around the vents up here. Recompilation is like a statistic emulator to everything is pre-emulated target in your PC. Are you using, is this using a mouse hook? No, I'm just using a normal mouse. I'm using RedNukem though, so if you never used RedNukem, I do recommend it for Duke Nukem 64. Very, very good way to... How's my voice coming through, by the way? Is it good against the game audio? Sonic Unleashed recompiled is essentially Xbox 360 emulator made for Sonic Unleashed. Hey, your hair's on sweet. How you doing? How you doing? Cool. Voice sounds good. Excellent, excellent. Because obviously to me it all sounds fine, but obviously sometimes like it may not end up fine. Huh. Now I know in the PC version you can trick yourself to get into that section down there if you mess around with this little section here, but I don't know if I've got the patience for that. I'm gonna save here because if we die I don't want to have to keep doing this bit. There we go. It's okay. RedNukem I'm going to check out. Been looking to try out. It is very much worth it. But like I said, when in my setup video, I would recommend putting the music in. Because I think it does add a bit more back in. It makes it a bit more of a kind of like complete experience in my opinion. Clear out the lovely... You look at me. Hold up, what happened there? I didn't... Hold up. Did I use the explosive shotgun shells? I think I used the explosive shotgun shells. I think that's what happened there. Yeah, so in this version of Duke Nukem you actually get explosive shotgun rounds. Huh. Okay, right. That's interesting. At least the stream's not disconnecting tonight. Well, touch wood. Touch wood. There we go. Got rid of it. What the hell was that? Yeah, so in this version of Duke Nukem, you actually have explosive rounds, and I didn't realize I'd switched to them by accident. Costly mistake, because I died because of it. Okay, apparently Duke Nukem just likes blowing up in this version. Thank you for smacking me in the face with that. Oh yeah, I kick ass Duke Nukem 3D. Sonic Unleashed got ported to PC a few months back. It did. There's a group of people actually recompiling a bunch of old 360 games onto PC. I would love to be able to play more 360 games natively on PC. That'd be really cool. Did you know Duke Nukem Megaton Edition was ported to Vita? It's genuinely an excellent port. Yes, I did, because when I was doing my Xbox 360 Duke Nukem video, I actually looked into that and I realized that like the Xbox 360 port is really that unique, because no other console got the same version as the Xbox 360 one. Okay. But indeed, it did actually, to be fair, the Megaton version of Duke Nukem was so good. And it annoys me to this day that they took it away and they replaced it with absolute trash. Yeah, I think what happened earlier, I switched to this and it killed me. PC port will be even cooler. Perfect Dark 360 pretty, please. Yes. Please. Yo, that Nukem guy. Love this version of 2 Played a lot as a teenager. Yeah, it's a good version. If you play it on real console though, like you really gotta like claw at the console because the controls are a bit of a nightmare. But you know, it's a good version. And hey, everyone who's joining the chat, Megaton is absolutely fantastic and my preferred way to play PC Duke Nukem. Same with me. If you watch any of my Duke Nukem videos, they are all in Megaton. I do not want to use 20th anniversary shithousery that they put out. Oh, that grenade has gone for a wander. There we go. I promise I'm trying to get this to go up into that section there. Never played Duke Nukem much, but I did like what I played. It's as hard as blood. Duke Nukem's really good. The thing with Duke Nukem is that you've got to... you've just got to kind of accept that it's a bit aged these days, and, you know, it is what it is, basically. Right, I'm looking for the... there should be, like... Okay, I should probably have looked before I did that. Let's jump over here. Where is it? There's a cave. There is a cave around here, and I want to go into it. But obviously, like, if I run out of jetpack fuel, I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? We're going to die here. We're going to die here. We're not actually going to die here. To the left on the other side. Right. I know it's around here. I know it's around here. Ooh, there it is. Found it. Well, found one of them. Okay, didn't mean to press that. On the N64 version, there's no way to switch between the explosive rounds and regular rounds. You have to spend them all to go back to normal. That sucks. I did not know that. Now I find the one with the reference. Yeah, I am trying to find it. I know it's around here somewhere. And I only have 3% on my jetpack, so... Oh, there it is. I see it. There you go. I found it. We found it. Right. It's literally there. Cool. So what's interesting here, by the way, if you've ever played the PC version, this is Luke Skywalker here. But in the N64 version, they actually changed it to Yoda. So depending on which version of the game you play, you get like a different experience on that front. It's Baby Yoda. It is. I'm glad you gave Duke Nukem Forever some positives in the recent video. Honestly, the fully patched piece. Yeah, so I mean, the thing for me is that Duke Nukem Forever is just, it's not the worst game in the universe. I think, unfortunately, it's just when it released in a rough state on consoles, and a lot of people played it only on consoles. I do want to cover the Xbox 360 version because I think that would be like really fun to go back and experience again, but we'll see. I love the pistol on the N64 version. I like the weaponry designs. They're very suitable. Just disappointing from hype as well. Yeah, I think the thing is as well, like, people were really hyped for Duke Nukem Forever, but the thing is, I kind of thought it was going to be rubbish anyway, because I don't want to say like it was obvious it was going to be rubbish, but it was kind of clear that like the game that like we were getting was not going to be a good one. I thought that was pretty obvious, but some people seem to go into it thinking there was going to be like this really great game hidden like beneath the surface. It's like, okay. Oh. No one else just not find Shadow Warrior fun. I've only played like the first few levels of it, so I can only really kind of say like it's fine. I've never had a problem with it, but then again, like I said, not played it fully, so I will defer to superior knowledge on that one. Right, so what happened there, by the way, if you were wondering, some enemies spawned behind me and I didn't see or notice until they were launching rockets into my backside. But yeah, there's a babe behind this wall. You can save her if you really want to. Basically, oh look, we got crushed by the wall. Thank you, build engine, for that jank. Yeah, so unfortunately, the build engine is a bit nasty when it comes to getting crushed. You can get crushed under doors in the original version of Duke Nukem 3D if you're really unlucky. Build engine moment. I do remember turbines being a roll of the dice. Yeah, unfortunately, like in the build engine, anything really goes. it's one of those situations. Yep. Save. Let's clear you up. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, thank you. I think I left a health... No, I didn't. I left a rocket launcher there. That kind of needed the health more there, but okay. Let's push forward. I did find something interesting though. There's a poster from Slayer's anime in Shadow Warrior, like full on Leaniverse. I didn't know how to get... I didn't know how no one gets sued. Whenever I have to go through my rotating geometry, I'm saving my game. I do not trust build's jank-ass physics. I always use shrink on those guys. Nice. Those animated textures are pretty amazing though. A lot of different forks of the engine. Yeah, and obviously like they've patched out a lot of the jank. So unfortunately this bit's going to be rough. So I like how, because we didn't wake up that other one, we basically, the game was like, well, you know, you didn't actually cause any damage there. Yeah, so no healthing this was a bit of a mistake. Yes, Dad said, I think using Doom engine, you said no build engine. Oh, it's Soup build engine. Yeah, so Bloody's build engine. We need them down extra to get them to make a new Duke game. I mean, to be fair, like, they make a lot of good improvements to this version of Duke Nukem. Like I said, unfortunately, in the space levels, they didn't really change all that much. Cool, we killed them both. I knew we could do it.
Let's rock.
Well, that was a spectacular moment of failure. So I did hope the grenade there would bounce through, but it didn't. Okay. You enough for 10 HP. Indeed, yeah. Let's save here. Okay. I know there's a health pack up here, so if we can make our way safely up these steps.
I needed that.
You did need that, didn't you? Cool, let's mess around with the lights and let's head down here on Duke's 3D Switch. I actually hit those Battle Lords in one shrink shot. Hilarious. Got in clip 2. Oh, excellent. I forget that it's on Switch now, isn't it? That's not going to be helpful, is it? It's not going to really change the tide of battle. There we go. That's how you deal with those enemies. You just shoot round the corner. One of my favourite user series for Duke Nukem 3D was, oops, sorry, just let me kill this and then we will talk. In the original version, the devs had to choose between having Duke talk or having music. They chose Duke talking. I mean, to be fair, like, it's Duke Nukem. If you didn't have Duke talking, I think people would have complained even more about him being silent the entire time. What you like of Duke Nukem 1 and 2. I don't mind Duke Nukem 1 and 2, they're really fun. Only reason I've not covered them is because I don't have any footage for it on in my hard drive of wonders. Right. Just gonna step away from that situation. Get rid of you. I think there's a yep, there's an atomic health in there. John St. John actually recorded new voice lines for this port. Nice. I just watched a video on Nuclear Winter. It was good. Yeah, so I was just I haven't covered the Duke Nukem expansions, and I was like, I really want to cover the Duke Nukem expansions. So I was like, you know what? Why not do that? Because it is the season. I like, by the way, that I hung on just enough to have 4 health leaving that level. Just enough to have 4 health. Thank you, game. With funny, M64 had more RAM than Saturn or PlayStation. Look at Hexen. The enemies only faced forward on sprites. I mean, it's down to the design choices, really, because stuff like that, I think it comes down to what they had available to them at the time. Because N64 was really good with 3D spaces. Like one of the advantages the N64 had was that it could draw triangles, and it could create like 3D spaces easier than the PlayStation 1. But obviously it had its own limitations, because obviously cartridges were expensive for space. What else if you don't hit? Hey, Crestline, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome. So this is the level that gets modified the most in this version of Duke Nukem 3D. And you'll instantly spot the difference when we open this door. As you can see, they've got rid of the entire outdoor area here. So if you've ever played the PC version of this level, you will be aware that there's supposed to be like an outdoor area bit here, but they've actually gotten rid of it. Now, I think part of it is still here, so I'm going to save and we're going to go looking in the wall, because I just want to kind of show you. Because I think there's a bit of it still out here somewhere. Because they literally just put a wall around the outside here. No, anyway. PS1 and N64 both do triangles. What you mean is N64 perspective texturing. I think, yeah, I mean, from my understanding, the N64 was just more capable at handling 3D graphics. Because the PlayStation really struggled. Oh wait, I've still got the end clip on, haven't I? I thought by loading we would... Oop, that's going to come right back at me. So you can see here, they've actually changed the way that this area behaves. Because as we head upstairs here... Excuse me. You can see that this area has been massively reduced. It's basically just a secret area at this point. Triangles end up being the shape of choice going forward for polygonal rendering, but it gives Saturn 3D games a unique look. In terms of hardware, both have massive points on PlayStation 1 in terms of polygonal rendering, and Saturn utterly trounces both consoles in sprite rendering. Indeed, but unfortunately the Saturn was an absolute nightmare to develop, to code for. So yeah, this is the level that gets the biggest sort of changes between versions. And obviously they've changed the lighting in here. Normally it's a lot darker, but there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about that later on. That is technically more powerful than PS1 and can do it with full transparency, just more difficult to program for. I remember yesterday I was crouching and making monster sound, and you laughed too yesterday. Howdy gang. Hey Carnivorous Giraffe, how you doing? How you doing? The Saturn's a very underrated console. It's just unfortunate that it really kind of came out with the PlayStation 1 kind of already on everyone's minds. All these enemies. This is quite a busy area, so we want to get rid of any of these enemies as we can. Who wants some? Not you. The Saturn was difficult to program for, but so was the N64. Truth in game development is just an absolute fucking nightmare back then. Yeah, very true, very true. We're going to save here, because if I mess this up, which is not, there's a not 0% chance of me messing this up. Let's kill you. Right, so this is a new area, I think. I'm... Is this a new area? I can't remember. But I know that when you pick... I know that when you pick this up, a lot of the layout of this level has been changed. So, oh yeah, this is new because this enemy is only in the 4th episode of Duke Nukem 3D originally, but here it is in its full glory. Look at you, breaking the boundaries between episodes. I wish Sony and Microsoft never entered the console space. They ruined everything. I'm playing Helldivers 2 tonight. They added their version of Doomguy armor. Excellent. I get what you're saying, Squirrel. I find it amusing that Duke 64 makes Duke more heroic because he actually rescues the babes. Yeah, and you can't do that in the PC version. The PC version doesn't let you save the babes. You can only shoot them. I didn't know there was an atomic health there. What a time to be alive. Was this level in the demo when you start up Duke Nukem 3D? I don't know if it was. You mean the PC version? No, the Pig Autopsy Lab was in the original. Okay, cool. Because a lot of this level gets moved around. So, for example, you're supposed to go in a third direction. It's in that general direction. You normally go up here, and then you go through the tower, and then you head out that way. But that bit's completely been removed from this version. They really came in and carved this level up. I remember the base being in that level. Nice. YouTube is deleting my messages again. Oh, sorry, Squirrel. YouTube's weird. Also, I think I've worked out, Squirrel, why my streams kept sort of desyncing and messing around. I think it was because... Oh, well, you died, didn't you? I think it's because my streaming software updated and it changed a bunch of settings that I hadn't seen. So there's actually a thing here. Let's see if I can get in. So here's the fun thing. We can actually come up here and we can actually explore the little tunnel that we were just in. So if you look here, we can actually wander around this space. I'm sorry, Squirrel. I'm really sorry about that. It's actually interesting that they let you do that. There's no particular reason why they would let you head out into this space, but hey ho. What I'm gonna do, we're gonna save because that chewed through a lot of my booties. Microsoft enforced normalizing paid online gaming and ruined main studios. Sony's just movie games with hours of cutscenes. I mean, Sony's put out some good games. I mean, hey James. YouTube chat AI is junk. It is, unfortunately, and the problem is YouTube doesn't let us kind of moderate it ourselves. Like they kind of want to take the wheel on that. Right, so we need to hit you. Let's save here because this could get a bit hairy. Time. You should check if any of your videos have been auto-dubbed. I'll have a look into that. I know that they dub my videos into several different languages. Because I know I have some Spanish viewers.
Time to make tracks.
To grab you. Right, so we're going to drop down, but I don't want to lose health, so we'll do this. I don't want to lose health. I'm just going to get attacked by all these drones. Thank God for the grenade launcher. Civvy strats. God knows what the AI is making you say in other languages. So I know that like I said, I know that I have been dubbed because when I look at my channel demographics, like the third highest language is Spanish, and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know any Spanish, but okay. I love the implication that S.H.I.E.L.D. has been powered by the atomic. Yeah. Yeah, so the Battle Lord wandered up behind me there, which was not nice of them. Randy Pitchford is a great guy and an asset to the gaming industry. In Spanish. Also, I saw the Japanese dub in your videos too. Oh, really? Cool. I mean, I can't speak Japanese, so I'm thrilled about that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that because it's like I can't speak Japanese, but if I hope the people who watch in Japanese enjoy what I'm doing. You'll notice as well they got rid of the outdoor area here. Ooh. Oh, no. Okay. You'll notice they got rid of the outdoor area, which is convenient because protective booties are in effect. Oh, hello. Did not see you there because you were hidden behind that fog. Yeah, so these guys have slipped into the second episode here. It's pretty fun. Non-consensual AI voice training. Awesome. Nukem-san. Yeah. Scroll, that's good. Also, I saw the Japanese dub. I don't speak Japanese. I'm not from Japan. I'm from the USA. Unfortunately, the current YouTube CEO is a AI bro. They are, and the worst part about that is a lot of channels have been getting deleted recently, like without any real reason being given, and the AI software that they've been training, you know, to do that job, it's been fucking up like so much. Secret exit was close by. I don't like going to the secret exit in this episode. I think I don't like the secret level here. Also because like it's kind of just fun that like this is now split into 2 levels. So you can see they've got rid of all the explosive barrels, so you kind of have to do this yourself in this version. So just clearing the arena here for the fun that is about to occur. Oh, what the hell was that? Was that a shortcut skip? It was. If you have a jetpack going into that level, you can skip pretty much 99% of the level by just jumping into the vent. Spin cycle does kind of suck. No, unfortunately, spin cycle does suck.
In a perfect world, you'd already
Well, that was dumb. As soon as I stepped into him there, he basically blew me up. Both full 3D explosions are distracting. Do you think so? Some people said they liked them the other night.
In a perfect world, you'd already
Look, we got we got 4 ammo on that gun, and it would not charge beyond like that weak state. I was feeling like it's probably because my second favorite secret level. Nice. I mean, to be fair, like I never really went to spin cycle when I was a kid playing this, so I don't really have that much experience with it, to be honest. Nobody messes with Duke Nukem. Time for that vacation. A hologram flickered on, an incredibly ugly face spoke in an ominous message. Is it me? The Moonbase Assault Overlord has been defeated, as has our Battle Lord on Earth. But while Duke Nukem has been distracted, our main attack force has begun its final assault on Earth. What do you think of Majora's Mask 3D? The old save system is pretty tedious, admittedly, but it added a lot of tension. So, I'm going to give you my honest opinion of Majora's Mask 3D. As someone who bought it on day one, was incredibly excited for it. I did not like some of the changes they made. I get why they did some of the changes, but I do not like some of the changes they made. And it's one of the reasons why I don't go back and play Majora's Mask 3D. Because I do not like the boss changes they made. That every boss has an eyeball, and I remember when I got to the first boss, it really irritated me that they changed that. And like I said, I bought that day one. In fact, in a minute, I will get you. I will show you that I bought it day one. Because I can show. I actually have proof that I bought it day one. Give me a second. I will be back in like 15 seconds. I return. So I can show you this quickly. That is how much of a Majora's Mask fan I am. I got that as the from the was it the special edition of Majora's Mask 3D. Yeah, so I was day one. I went and got that. I got the special edition of Majora's Mask 3D, and yeah, unfortunately, like that version was not what I wanted it to be. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I went and I bought day one. So yeah. No, because I think Ocarina of Time is very average, but Majora's Mask. Well, no. So the thing is, Ocarina of Time set the stage, but Majora's Mask just took it to a different level. Like the original Majora's Mask, is like in my top 10 games of all time. Yeah, I'm more than happy to like talk about Majora's Mask for like 12 hours. I could sit here and talk about Majora's Mask like that. I enjoy the 3DS version regardless of changes. I do love the wrestling move. So like I said, it's all subjective really, because if you liked the original version, then the changes obviously come off a bit more kind of egregious. But if you like the changes, then that's great, because like obviously they did it to freshen the experience up. I got a little scared fighting the final boss in Majora's Mask. What, the 3 stages of Majora? Somehow I never played Majora's Mask. Need to fix that. I would recommend it. I think it's a great game, but obviously, if people don't like it, you know, it's fine. I like how they're just walking through that door. Is that just like a walk-through door? It is now, because in the PC version you have to open those up. Octobrains don't interject from explosions in this version. I've never played. I do get it. Drastically different game, but the same feeling about. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying there, Raz. Ocarina of Time makes me feel. Oh, sorry. A second, I saw that message. Ocarina of Time makes. They turned the underwater hostages into random body parts. Yeah, so I was going to talk about that in a minute. When we go back underwater, I'm going to talk about like that change in particular, because that change always gets me so much. Ocarina of Time makes me feel like I'm falling asleep. Majora's Mask sends me into flying poisonous water. Exactly. The final form got me scared. It's probably the laughs they makes, because it makes that really weird laugh, which I'm not even going to try to recreate here. Look up Nell's Majora's Mask HD, because there are a ton of quality of life fixes that don't make the game easier. I need to. I do like Nell's videos. I do like Nell's videos. That is someone who I have great admiration for. After I get out of the City of Majora's, I just feel lost and quit after the same time. That's fair enough. To be fair, like it is a very you do need to do a lot of exploration in that game, because there's a lot of setup to each of the dungeons. By the way, so we'll talk about it here. What I love is that the Eurocom clearly were not happy with Nintendo's censorship, because in the PC version there is nothing this graphic going on with these like sprites, but in this version they've chosen to make it as violent as they possibly could. That's fine, James. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, so someone at Eurocom clearly did not like Nintendo's like you must tone everything down message. This is pissing me off. On the subject of Switch 3D, Octobrains and Century Jones accumulate volume on repeated stage, which gets incredibly loud. I can imagine. Jeez, that's like Doom levels ago. It is a bit much. And remember, this is Nintendo 64. So like kids are, because so like there's more chance of kids bumping into that, and it's like crazy. That's intense. Vivi would still attempt to save. Probably. Also, another change that they made in this version is in this room. So if you ever come into this room on the PC version, there's a stage here and none of this is here. So they've actually changed this area completely. And also, something else to note, you can't kill the babes in this version. So anytime you try to shoot the babes, they just kind of don't. They don't. I reported the issue while I was working on it. Nothing else happened. Extreme Go is fine, but boobies are corrupting the youth. I know, right? So there's a little trick here, by the way, with the build engine games. If you ever need to use it, if you try to sort of crouch down, you will not get into this space here. If you jump and instantly crouch, though, you become small enough to get into the holes. And you can actually use this at points to skip parts of levels. So just a little trick that 6-year-old me figured out, and then everyone else, and then I saw others had figured it out on the internet. The babes are wearing mum jeans. Yeah, like she's here living her best life, you know. Kids at home, why not? the speedrunners try to skip through the movie set to Rabbit Transit. There is. That's how you do that. It's probably I might do it later on just to sort of showcase. Yeah, Rapid Transit's a good in this version as well. Crouch jumping was always engine jank, and I'm glad it's no longer a thing in today's games. That's fair. The good of actually saves space if they made the enemies 3D models. Models take up less space than sprites. Yeah, and also, just want to point out, yes, they do it a lot in this episode, a lot. So if you don't like seeing those, I won't pay too much attention to them, but they will be there, unfortunately. That is something that I'm not going to be able to avoid. Take a good look outside there. That is genuinely fucking nuts. Like I said to you, someone clearly took the Nintendo interference to heart. Okay, I always love looking into the next level here. It's really, really cool. My memory's a bit fuzzy on these games. Was Larry Lord still involved in 3D Realms at this point? I think he was. Just so we can kind of have a quick look, because I'm a nosy person like that. There we go. So if you're ever curious about what's actually outside here, they basically just copy and pasted. Okay, so someone asked if Larry Lord was still involved with 3D Realms. There you go. They actually took out a lot of his messages, but this one's here. Duke is never in series known for much gore, but there is some fucked up ship named Duke. But yeah, I'm just sort of showing off. There's a wall here, obviously, and I haven't put my initials in my Doom maps. That's really cool. Nice, it's a beautiful day at the bank. It is. Also, for some reason, like, you'll see this Duke Nukem graphic around everywhere in this episode. It kind of turns up quite a lot. So this like weird graffiti face of Duke Nukem kind of turns up everywhere, and I've never seen it online. So like, I'm assuming that like no one's been bothered to pull it from this game. So I should do that at some point. Let's climb. Wasn't there Goofy LA Wang delicate? There was, yes, in the subway station in the second level. Yes, there's a Wang mural on the wall. Look at me trying to conserve ammo. Look at me trying to be a responsible first-person player.
Damn, I'm good.
And there you can see the hole that we looked through in the previous level is right there. The grenades always looks like soda cans. I mean, you're not wrong. I prefer the grenade launcher. I think it gives you a bit more tactical edge. So can I make it up here with 2% jetpack? I cannot. I started to ascend there, but unfortunately the game had other ideas. I will not. Y'all have no idea how difficult making 3D levels is. I bow to anyone who did this back then. Especially when you consider that the technology wasn't as advanced. So a lot of this was done on janky builders that, you know, were not the best. So, you know, we do have to pay respect to people who put the work in. Grab you. Grab you.
Make my day.
As someone who dabbled in Doom, Duke, and Quake levels back in the day, it was rough. I found level editing tools, but I was too dumb to work with level editor. I can use Doom Builder, so I can use Doom Builder in a pinch. I'm nothing. I can't do anything super special with it though. Cool. Cool. So messing around with the edit art was neat though. Those early editors were pretty basic. They were. I found. So the trick with this puzzle I've always found is don't touch this. Never touch this. Always touch this. Because it will open the door for you. There you go. If you mess around with like this over here, it just starts like messing things up. As evidenced. So this entire section is actually brand new. I'd call myself an intermediate Doom mapper. I've made some maps I like, some are absolutely awful, and sometimes I just stare in the blue grid and my eyes drift apart. So yeah, this section is completely brand new to this version. Because you'll remember in the PC version you have those giant spinny pillars. Yeah, in this episode in particular, they really go to town on the changes. You'll notice a lot of the things have been changed. No spinny things on N64. No, they got rid of the spinny things. Anyone else messed with the level editor that came with the original Half-Life? No, I did not. Go, we got into the armory here. Save the babes. So yeah, you can see this is all completely new. They've gone out of their way here to add in this whole new section. And here's the funny thing, we've got to rush around here and get to that door really quickly. I just made armies of Barneys. No spinny things, so it just replaces stuff or adds new things. Yeah, so this is all new. So, but the spinny things are gone. If you like the spinny things, unfortunately, this is not the version for you. This is not a spinny-friendly version. There you go. Made it through. No spinny things for you. But are you? Are you? So there's going to be some battle lords in here. We're going to save because that usually means at least one death. Okay, we got lucky there. I got a bit lucky there because they didn't cause complete chaos. Oh, hello. This is a very Doom room. Yeah, so this room here, I think you're talking about this room. This is a very Doom room, yes. I didn't even know Half-Life 1 shipped with a level editor. Neither did I. I know Crysis did, because I messed with that back in the day. I've had Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I've never had that. So we've made it all the way to Flood Zone. Ow. Thank you for smacking me in the face. That was nice. Isn't that a craft product? Sweet Berry Rays is a staple in our house. Nice! I love this level. My girlfriend loves Sweet Berry Rays. Sainsbury's apparently sell it. I had no idea. I'll have a look for that when I go in Sainsbury's next. See if we can get over here. Nope. Mess that up. Get rid of you. With my very slow falling pipe bomb there. Blow that wall up. Wait, was that like continuously injuring me? That was a bit rubbish. Yeah, so the explosion there kept going and I was like, wait, am I getting injured here? I was literally about to switch weapons. I think I changed on N64. I think you did a video about it, or was it someone else? No, so I did a level by level analysis, and I went through both versions of the level. So yeah, I have done that in the past. I do want to make a video like explicitly pointing out what the changes are though, because I think like that would be really fun to do. It's on the long list of videos that I really want to do, but I never find time to make. Well, that was just rude, wasn't it? This version has such a classic N64 hook. I love Nintendo 64. Like, N64 is probably my second favorite console of all time. Number one being the Xbox 360, probably, because like, to be fair, with the Xbox 360, I was like plugged in to the online thing because I had like a group of friends. We played all the big games together. You know, it was like, I think that was when I was like the most active in gaming. Yeah, Nintendo 64 is special for me. That was the first console I was ever bought at Christmas. N64 is the best age graphics in computer from the time. Oh, without doubt, Squirrel. Like, Mario 64 still looks beautiful to this day. A lot of PS1 games look like absolute ass. They look like ass. They need the remasters. They really need the remasters. And that's not me saying like PS1 games are bad. It's me saying that the graphics and the style of PS1 really did not age well. Where are you? Oh, there you are. I could hear that I hadn't killed you. Come hither. So there's a big change coming up on this level, by the way, and you're going to see it in a second. It is this section here. The yellow key is actually behind this door here, and we can't get into that section until we go inside the blue door. I hear so much about how PS1 looks better. PS1 doesn't look better. Like, if you get a normal PS1 console, a lot of those 3D games, their graphics are all over the place. The 3D, I love PlayStation 1, but like we have to be honest about it. We can't be lying just to make ourselves feel better. Like, the graphics on PS1, they have not aged beautifully in a lot of cases. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. But PS1 games in particular really needed those remasters. So there's a lot of changes on this level. Get rid of you. Hello. Goodbye. Get rid of you. So we get ambushed here. Our friend falls down there. And I'll do him a solid by lobbing grenades at him until he blows up. There we go. So they've actually added in this section here. That Bloodborne remake, I think nothing sneaking. Yeah, I can only play PS1 by DuckStation with anti-alias on. There just wasn't enough hardware to support. Yeah, the PS1's not a bad console. It's just like, it's just limited by the hardware. So they added in this helipad here, which serves no purpose, but you know, hooray, new stuff. We like new things. Hello, you lot. I like how they were just stood there waiting for us. There we go. So, one change that they've made in this version, which I'll show you now, the yellow key is not here. Instead, you have to go, is it over here? And then you have to go up. So they've added in this entire section here. Clear the room out. So you can see here, they've actually added in like a whole apartment building over here. It is new, it is shiny, there's a table turned over.
Where is it?
There's like, I assume that's a keyboard. Let's go diving into the water. So we're just going to do this because this actually kills the octo brains. There we go. Cleared out the octo brain problem without having to really face them down. So we have to go like through this very, 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 very long sort of series of tunnels and tubes. So we've got ourselves the yellow key, which you can see here, And you can see that we're now on the other side of that wall. I might go into detail about why the PS1 utterly anemic compared to the PS1 Saturn. 3D acceleration was extremely basic at the time. Yeah, it was. Once Reggie left, Nintendo Maker dropped the whole family-friendly act. But yeah, you can see they've added in a lot into this area. They've added in a lot of level here. Now, whether you like the additions or not, that's kind of up to you. How do we get out of here? Now, I always forget how to get out of this section in particular. We'll work this out. I think there's a switch down here that I need to hit. Get the pistol clip, the dum-dum. Ah, we've already left it behind. It's fine. Oh, I picked up the dum-dums anyway. There you go. It's a very convoluted pathway to getting to the items, but we did it in the end anyway. So you know, hooray! I've always liked when levels have views of other levels. People look at poorly PS1 games, parents the different graphics, and say they added a second CPU to compete with PS1. That's not how computers work. All maxed out. What's the name of those creepy face chewing monsters? I don't know what they're called, but I know that they do like to chew faces off. We're gonna go in here. Aha! We're gonna go to the roof first, because the roof is party zone. So that wall should open up when we jump over here. Get rid of all you things. I was expecting a Battle Lord to pop up there. Interesting. Maybe he'll show up later. Proto Slimes. There's powerful shotguns, sure, and they killed Battle Lords with 3 hits. Reggie left and people's hatred for Nintendo increased by 2,600%. I probably get way too passionate about computers, but there is so much misinformation from experts on the internet. I think the problem as well is that, like, a lot of those lies got like pushed in the 90s, and it was a lot harder to fact check in the 90s because a lot of people, basically, if you read something in a gaming magazine, you assumed it was being written by someone with, you know, competence, which, you know, which we now know was like not always the case. Still not got a jetpack. That's interesting. Want to grab a jetpack for the next level. I never touched a 90s console SDK. I didn't like. Game journalists hate. It's just interesting, isn't it? That oh, does that not open in this version? Oh, it does. It just opens very, very slowly. Right. Well, now that we got our jetpack, we can just sort of jump over here. Okay, so the Battle Lord's been moved over here. That's an interesting choice. There we go. Omega's got that changed. Kays and James Lambert are probably going to go main sources for N64 Info these days. I kind of like how they've tried to expand the story of this, because this kind of feels like a hidden base. This looks interesting. Yeah, so like I said, they've added a lot into these N64 levels. In particular in the third episode, where they really go like all in on the new stuff. This looks interesting. No, so I'm not playing this on N64, I'm playing RedNukem. RedNukem is generally the best way to play these in the modern era, because they allow you to put music in, which isn't in the N64 version, and it lets you control actually decently, because if you try playing this on real N64 hardware, you are absolutely toast. Like, playing on N64 hardware is like a challenge all to itself with this game. Enjoy the boomies. I really appreciate all the new additions. As Gamer Pete said, stop listening to YouTubers, except him. Yeah, Joe Pete is great. I only found his channel out by accident, because once I'd made my first Quirks video, someone commented, "Oh, you're doing the same thing as him," and I was like, "Who's German Peter?" So that was actually kind of a fun thing. Yeah, German Peter's lovely. We need someone to release Duke 64 plus K plus mouse support. I mean, that's basically what RedNukem is. The only way I think that you'll ever see that, though, is if they decide to add in that kind of thing to the... If they add that kind of thing into the 30th anniversary, whenever that ends up being. I can't imagine anyone enjoying this with the original N64 controller. It's a bit of a dog's dinner. There's no way to... I love the N64 controller, and even I have like a really difficult time with it. Right, so with this level, normally what I do, I don't even bother like with the level. I usually just sort of whip out the jetpack and then go like this, and then we go like this and in here, and we're basically at the end of a level. This episode has a lot of levels that if you know how to sort of do the right thing at the right time, you can skip a lot of it without really doing anything. So the reason I'm doing this is because, by and large, this level isn't that interesting on the N64. If you've played this on PC, you've played a lot of it. Except for this bit here. Because, in my opinion, in my kid, well, this was one of my favourite levels. Chill music, the verticality, so cool. Yeah, so I'm going to show you this. This is one thing that they've added in, which I really love with this level. Look at this. It's like a full-on action sequence outside the window here of like the aliens attacking. So yeah, you get sort of a bit more, because the helicopter's in the PC version, and the fun thing is if we kind of do the no clip to outside, you can kind of see how they've kind of done it. Like it is basically just like the alien craft from the second episode, just slowed down. It's a good sprite of hello. Yeah, so I think they used this in the PC version, but like you can see, it is basically just a 2D image. Spoilers. That's a reference to the movie Independence Day. I would imagine so, because it's framed that way. Also, if you look at the textures here for like some of the things, they are really low res. Like, really low res. Because obviously you're only ever supposed to see this from like here. But if you come right up to it, like the resolution on it is like Nukem backwards from the perspective you see from the window. So if we kind of have a quick nosy around here, you can kind of see they didn't bother with detail around here. It's just because obviously they never expected anyone to come out here. Well, until we're here. We're here now, so... You're also supposed to use texture filtering. Well, we showed this off the other day. The texture filtering helps only in certain situations. We did kind of because there was a door in the second episode that's like so low res, and texture filtering actually made it look better. We know how to do this stuff. Weird to not see a level load message there. I'm gonna save here. Wait, hold up a minute. What was going on there? I was like floating around the level then. Did you see that? That was weird. Weird enough. Yeah, no, like for some reason there, I was like floating around the level, and it was like I wasn't really in the level. I was just kind of inhabiting the space above it. That was weird. Oh, was jetpack on? Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was on or not, but it was like I lost control, the ability to jump, which was not nice. That's what you get for exploiting the game. Who's shooting me? Someone's shooting me, and I don't like being shot. Who's shooting me? Who is shooting me? Oh, it's you in the corner. I can see you. I saw the time to before you die. Nice. I was just wondering why, like, I was floating because I didn't press anything to get the jetpack on. Nice. There you are, Ned. I did. It was fun. It was tasty. Neds go down well with a healthy, balanced diet. There we go. So I can show you this quickly because it is worth showing you here. We can use that trick that I mentioned earlier on here. So you can see if you want to get through this level really quickly, all you have to do is like do that. You can't actually, for some reason, you can't do it backwards. Because for some reason when you go backwards you hit the roof above you here, so you can't go back into the main part of the level. Hey YS Bunny, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, just a little speedrun strat if you do not want to play through this level. Also, yes, that is a movie poster in low res. Generic reference to the Wires games. So I just want to kind of do something here because obviously people were asking to see the so I'm going to put texture filtering on here just to kind of showcase that it does make some of these better, but at the same time it doesn't make that much of an improvement. Anyway, those pixels. No, they spent all the pixels on the new spaces. By the way, so as I was saying, this is actually a whole new section to this level. If you press the cast register, it opens atomic health on the snap machines. So yeah, this bit is entirely new, as you can see here. There's actually a stage inside here, which I prefer the texture filtering on at all times. I turn texture filtering on for PS1 games. Nice! The exit to teardrops in this level, correct. So it's not in this level. There's actually an exit to Area 51. I'll show you that as we're kind of making our way through. Oh, hello. You came out of nowhere to do everything. go. Let's go. There we go. I had no idea they added all this stuff into the Nintendo 64 version. Yeah, it's really cool. Like they really kind of did a lot of homework to make this a better version. I love using the grenade launcher in this version. I know I shouldn't because it's like death is guaranteed. But I do actually enjoy using the grenade launcher in this one. So someone mentioned the secret exit. So the secret exit isn't actually in this location anymore. In the PC version, it's behind this one of these walls here. There you go. So the area is still here, but it's actually just filled with babes that you can save. I keep getting this is Duke 64. It is indeed Duke 64.
Let's rock. That's gotta hurt.
So one thing I appreciate here, by the way. You die. One thing I appreciate is that when we went through the second episode, I mentioned to you that the night sky didn't have any stars in it. And I have to say, I appreciate the fact that they reference this here, because you can see that on the backdrop for space, there are no stars like here. There are some on the roof, but there's none here. So it is kind of like very funny that they were like referencing themselves here. Now we need to do 5 through 63. Duke Nukem Forever took all those lives away. There you go. Dead. Also, watching Eduardo and Friends video on Duke Nukem 3D weapons, I've learned the steroids boost mighty boot damage and did something else, but I can't remember at the moment. I've not watched that video yet. So I think because we've put the red key in, this door around here, yes. So this is another new area. I'm going to save here, because this area is quite extensive. We come into here, you can see that this is actually a sort of Area 51 stage. So you can see like they've created this whole stage here. It kind of looks like the Area 51 level. And when we hit that switch, it actually opened up this little hole here. Giggity. Made you faster. So cool. Also watch yeah, so I need to watch Eduardo's video because it does look very interesting. So you can see here they've actually added in like a whole new section here. Let's save here. Yeah, those grenades went wildly off course. Wildly off course. we go. I do prefer these N64 levels to the original. The texture on those tubes, that's the totally original to N64, right? Yeah, I think so. I think these, because a lot of this is, so none of this is in the PC original. So this is the secret exit in this level. So I'm going to save here specifically because I just wanted to show you that this actually doesn't take you where it would take you normally. It actually takes you to Area 51. So this is the secret level. I think this is the secret level normally in the texture in those tubes. But you can see this is a level from the 4th episode of Duke Nukem 3D, and it's one of the few levels from that episode which actually makes it into this package, because unfortunately a lot of the 4th episode levels do not make it in. Unfortunately, there's not actually that many differences. I was actually disappointed when I went through this for the video for this level. Literally, the only difference is that you start in that hole. Everything else is pretty much one-to-one with the PC version. G-Burger was nice to have. That's neat how they foreshadow the level end. Yeah, exactly. It's nice foreshadowing. But unfortunately, like I said, this level is basically one-to-one with its PC counterpart other than the start. And to be honest, there are more fun levels that I want to talk about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to... You're just walking through that section, aren't you? So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of go through the normal exit over here. But again, I do love that, like, they've expanded this area. And look at this, like, there's a street outside with, like, a fire hydrant over there. And the thing is, as well, if you're curious, we'll do it quickly. If I no clip outside here, you can see it's literally just like a small bit of window dressing, but it's really cool. Like, they did not have to go this deep on all these levels. So Rapid Transit is one of the levels that gets the most extensive changes. I'm very quickly just going to nip to the toilet. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and then we will continue on this little adventure that we're on at the minute. So give me 2 minutes and I will be back. So I'll put you on the waiting screen for a second. I return. Let's go. Let's get back into this. There we go. I remember there was a Quake 2 Arena Deathmatch level pack. What music has been played on? I do like Rapid Transit, is my favourite in the whole Anti-Squad cartridge, and nice little details in levels. So yeah, literally this level undergoes so many changes. It's kind of crazy what they do with this one. So we're going to make these go kaboom. We're going to make those go kaboom, but you might already have noticed there's a doorway over here. There's definitely not in the PC version. We'll get back to that. We'll come around this corner, get rid of the pig cops here. It blew my mind when I saw the connections become crazy. Yeah, so we'll get to that in a second, don't we? We are getting to that, I promise you. So you might have noticed by this point, this level's got quite a few differences. I don't know how that killed me when I was stood all the way back there, but hey, you know, I'm not the build engine. Get rid of you.
Who won?
It was actually safer for me to leave that area there. Let's go. Right. Hey, you done a Boxel Duke live yet? Not yet. I might do it in the future. So if you've ever played the PC version, you'll instantly realize that this transit system actually goes in a completely different direction. And you'll notice we're going in a straight line here. So let's kill these enemies, because you know that's what you gotta do in Duke Nukem. So if you haven't noticed already, there's something on the other side of this grating, this like metal grating here, and if we go through it, you can actually see that we are actually back in the second level. So yeah, so Gun Crazy, which is the second level of the first episode, is actually linked physically to Rapid Transit. And yeah, like when I first saw this, I was like, this is crazy, because like this is like a level of detail that they really didn't need to put into the game, but it's here. And like I showed you when we were back on the second level, you can actually see in, and you can see that sprite over there. You can think that there are no episodes in. Are there not? Well, the second level anyway. So what is the red light district? And the funny thing is, if you kind of pop in here, you can actually see that the Duke Burger's still here, but they have kind of replaced this section around here with a wall and this weird blue texture. A 9 Duke collection would be great. So the problem with that is, like, what do you think should go into a Duke Nukem collection? Yes, so that is from Shadow Warrior. Hey James, welcome back, welcome back. Everything on this game was centered in Duke 64 and N64. It was centered, but like I've shown, like they did rebel in certain ways, and those ways are pretty fun to observe. Again, all of this is new. None of this is in the original versions of this level, which is kind of crazy. Wait, what's him from the Shadow Warrior? I saw him on the wall. Yeah, no, so the guy here is from Shadow Warrior. Well, we have all 5 episodes plus the N64 version and maybe another new episode. I would also say put the PS1 exclusive episode in, because that's never made its way officially anywhere else, and I think a lot of people would love to experience that. That's cool, but was low in that level. Good thing I saved, didn't it? Good thing I saved. We're gonna hide in here while the cart goes past. It's funny that I never did play the original version of Shadow Warrior. They should. Let me just get rid of these guys. Are there any N64 exclusive compositions for the Duke Nukem port? Not quite sure what you mean by that. If you mean like, is there a way to play this easily? Yeah, you can play RedNukem on PC. That's probably the best way you can play this in the modern era. So someone told me a very fun trick with the Duke Nukem engine here. I want to see if it still works in this version. I don't know if it's going to, but it might work. Let's see. It does. Right. So someone in one of my live streams previously told me that this door in Duke Nukem 3D in the PC version, and evidently in this version, if you use your foot, you do not need the key. You do not need the key to actually open it. So you can see, I'm trying to open it here. It doesn't work. Kick it. It opens. Interesting. Yeah, it is very interesting. It's a very odd little quirk as well. Yeah, I think they've done that on purpose. No, so it's not just on the N64 version though. It's actually in the PC version as well, because that's when I did it originally. So it seems like it's a glitch that they just never. It's an oversight they just didn't go back to fix ever. Yeah, no, that's a really good quirk. Yeah, like I said, someone I can't remember who it was who told me, but like it is one of those that's like really, really fun to kind of think about. There we go. It was never fixed even in the 20th anniversary, well, because they didn't care to go through the old levels. I mean, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You know, someone back in the day obviously decided to put in a kick to open command, and I don't think it exists anywhere else in Duke Nukem 3D. We can actually jump in here. You can see we're actually inside like the subway cart here. Ow. Let us destroy the items in here, including the teddy bear. And by the way, Bay War, tonight at 9 PM. So yeah, this level goes through so many changes. Like, is it a better level? I'll leave that for you to decide. I am not going to tell you that, but I will say I find this level infinitely more interesting on the Nintendo 64 than I do on the PC. So you see, the end of a level here isn't that much different, so we can just kind of run through there. There's no point in staying to fight because it's just a waste of time and energy. So Fahrenheit is, in my opinion, one of the weakest levels in Duke 3D. Well, at least in the city levels, and I think that they've only made a handful of changes to this one, but they are pretty fun to explore. Yeah, it's better. PC version felt more like a tech demo of the subway. Yeah, whereas like that one actually does a lot of world building, which is nice. I'm hoping Decino makes one, but I don't think he's into Duke games. No, Decino, from what I can tell, only really does dabbled in a few games, but I don't think Duke Nukem's one of them. Build source code is on the sloppy side, no? Yes, the build engine is very much on the slop side of things, yes. Oh, those grenades are coming back my way. So one thing they have done here, which is interesting, they've actually expanded the fire department, the fire station. So you can see here, none of this is actually in the PC version of in this direction.
Where is it?
But they've actually added in like a lot more to the fire station, which, depending on how you view it, that's actually really, really interesting. Excuse me. Lots of C got on. Are you playing an actual N64? No, I'm playing on RedNukem Java. Just because playing on the original hardware with this game, it can be a bit of a chore, and it makes it harder to show off the changes in the levels. Let us grab the access card. Let us go. I do like that they randomly just added in this doorway here, by the way. That's not in the PC version, it's just, you know, here. KMAW. Lovely. There's an option to put the shaders on in this. There is, but at the same time, I'm not really... I kind of like the look of it, so I don't really want to mess around with that too much. Smack, smack, and I'll give you a tap. You mean nearest? I haven't played them 100%. Any thoughts on the analog 3D? I kind of like the look of it. I've seen some reviews of it. People have said it looks really, it's really good to use. The thing for me is, I have an N64, so like, just I can show it to you because it's literally right here. So if you see there, it's actually like right there, my N64. So I could make use of it like an analog 64, but at the same time, I'm quite happy to use real hardware as well with the N64. So, drone protector in episode 3. Well, that's weird. Yeah, so one of the changes they make in this version is they bring that enemy from episode 4 because there isn't really an episode 4 in this. So I do have my N64 set up. I just haven't got a reason to play it at the minute. That's good to hear. I already bought it on Steam. I was absolutely not ready for the N64 out of nowhere. Well, no, like, because someone mentioned it, so I was like, you know, I wanted to kind of like sort of show it off quickly. So I hate this section of the level. I hate this section of the level in the PC version, and I really hate it in this version because I find this fight to be not very interesting. Yeah, and then we died. Evidently, this extensive fall looks muddy and gross for no reason. It does, but then you need to get a upscaler of some kind and a decent one because it'll do the job for you, definitely. In case you can't tell what I'm doing here, I'm literally just doing this so that I do not have to like fight these things head on. Are they dead? Okay, I think I killed it. I did. Oh, that took a lot of effort. Has made a video showing how inaccurate the analog 64 is. Fair enough, fair enough. Like I said, I've only seen a handful of reviews and I've not looked at any like super technical ones. Upscaler. I remember being pretty good. My PC could run this in 800 by 600. So I'm going to do something quickly here just to show you something. Never forget that with this level, you can just do that, and you can be out of here without even trying. But of course, we're not going to do that because like that's like Hotel Hell is one of the best levels in Duke Nukem 3D. We're not going to disrespect it like that. Yeah, I think GoldenEye has widescreen built in on N64. The Seagull level does have some nice areas as well. It does. You're talking about Freeway, aren't you? Freeway's got some really good bits. Because what they basically did, I think, they took bits of like episode 4 levels and sort of cut them into Freeway. It makes it a much better level. I'm back playing Blood Refresh Supply. Nice, you enjoying it? Yeah, widescreen TVs have always existed, but they didn't become mainstream until like HD TVs really took off. I'd kill for a GoldenEye remaster just to get modern controls. I would kill for them to do a GoldenEye remaster that, you know, I just want them to release that one that they we're going to put out on Xbox Live Arcade. I feel like we missed out on a lot with that. Yeah, I get Pigsty vibe. Yeah, so they cut up Pigsty quite a lot. Because if I do this, they're not going to be able to kill me. Oh, I just blew myself up. That was obviously not part of the intended sequence there. Yeah, I get Pigsty vibe. Use your dum-dums on the Battle Lord. I will do, I will do. I don't use the dum-dums as much as I should do.
I needed that. Let's rock. I ain't got time to bleed.
Shrink looks so weird. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a interesting redesign. Still works well though. Is it me or does it just fire much faster than the PC version? Yeah, so the machine guns do actually fire faster in this version. That's why they generally do a bit more, they do more damage per like second. That's why I save. This is why we save. So someone said to use the dum-dums. Let's use the dum-dums here. Okay, if I had more dum-dums, that would have been made a lot easier. But yeah, no, that works. Thank you for giving me that tip. I didn't know about that. Have N64 emulation progressed since the 2000s? I was under the impression that N64 emulation was kind of difficult. Huh, let's kill you. Well, I just blasted myself in the face. That was not recommended.
I needed that.
Grab the yellow key here. I can't remember if it's this version or if it's another version. I'm sure I have progressed. Yeah. I can't remember if it's this version or if it's another version where the boss from the second episode turns up here. I think it might be a different version. Might be the PS1 version I'm thinking of. This version indeed has Sentry Battle Lords. Well, that was exciting. Project 64 is still around, but Simply 64 now is more recommended for accuracy. This version... Oh, I meant Overlord Sentries. Yeah, because I remember fighting one here in one of the versions, and I can't remember if it was this version or if it was just another one, and I'm sort of mixing things up. Because that can happen. Because the thing is, when you play so many versions of these games, sometimes they kind of bleed into each other. Oh my god. Oh my god. Go away. Was it wise to save with 7% health? No, it was not. Would I do it again? Very much so.
I ain't got time to bleed. Hail to the king.
Well, I didn't mean to do that, but you know, I just nearly blew myself up anyway. I'm enjoying playing Through Blood Remastered. Yours fights an Overlord Sentry. Nice. I'll have to look forward to that. Because we are... Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it in the level. Okay. That's good. I can hear the Overlord Sentries in the level with us. Is the Overlord Sentry in the room with us? Maybe. Potentially. There he is. I can see him. So there you go. The Overlord Sentry is like used in this version outside of its boss location, which is really interesting. You did just save. I did just save, didn't I? That wine carrot is another secret. We don't like you here. Go away. Do not shoot me. Do not shoot me. Do not shoot me. You shot me. Would this Overlord Sentry be... it has lobbies, which is not the same. Why is this boss in here? So random. Well, I assume it's just to spice up the end game, because obviously, you know, this doesn't really have a fourth episode. So it's probably just like, well, let's put this boss enemy right in the middle of this and see what happens. See if the player can handle it. Okay, it's dead. Shoot it until it is dead. And it is dead. So we did our job. Well, gotcha. You can give friends room codes, which is close to matchmaking in the 90s. Well, that was stupid of me, wasn't it? Well, since I've killed these Battle Lord, I'm not that fussed. What I want to do here is go into the secret level.
We meet again, Dr. Jones.
Oh, I gotta move. I gotta move. Can't remember. It's the secret. The secret exits around here. I know that. There it is.
Where is it?
I knew it was in here somewhere. I knew it was somewhere in here. So we're gonna do freeway here. This is the penultimate level we'll be doing on the stream. Those shotgun explosive rounds, they really backfire on you, don't they? You really have to be well away from the enemy you're shooting, because otherwise it just kind of goes wrong every time. Yes, why no pens so ultimate? Shoot it until it changes shape. Agreed. Just shoot it until it stops moving, and then shoot it a few more times just to be safe. Ah. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Everything dies. Especially you. I just want to get rid of all these pig cops because they'll chip away at our health. They'll do stupid things if we don't sort them out. What does that even mean? Oh, because okay, people are talking to you. Sorry. I was like, did I say something stupid? I mean, yes, but like, which stupid thing did I say? Again, one of the things with this version of Duke Nukem, which like you might have noticed, it does love sort of sneaking up on you with energy drains. It's really weird. What's interesting as well is that you can actually come back here. This is a new bit. They've actually added this bit in. A grenade, and you get a grenade. What do you think of Duke's secret levels compared to what you get in Doom? I like the sabotage. I like the secret levels in Duke Nukem. I like they're experimental. I feel like secret levels should always try to be experimental in these kind of games. I'm gonna quickly poke my head around here, see if I can find a bit of health. I have kind of blown through a lot of health in this. Let's have a look around down here. So I assume as soon as I turn this corner here, we're going to see, yeah, there's one of those boss enemies again. Yeah, these things do get around here. Cool, we killed it. Nice. Ow, again. Again, ouch.
Time to bleed.
Because there's a lot I want to talk about with this level, but we need to kill everything before we can talk about it. Should have tried shrinking him. Highway, tiny ass strip of road. So, what's interesting... Okay, first thing, we'll get rid of you, because I can see you. Oh. Or not. Let's eliminate all obstacles in our way. Of course, that triggers a spawning nightmare. Still better than downtown from Doom, though. Yeah, and you know, Duke Nukem really does nail that city aesthetic when it reaches in for it. So. I think I kind of missed with that shot. Downtown's worse progression than aesthetics, in my opinion. I think the problem with downtown is that like it's so kind of all over the place. It's kind of hard to forgive it, in my opinion. Wait, what's shooting me? I've done the hard thing of killing the Battle Lord, and then someone's trying to like finish me off. That was a bit cheeky. This level's in North Arrow. The level's in North Arrow built into the map to show you where to go. You can't really argue. Yeah, I agree with the train of thought that if you need a giant sort of arrow to tell the player where to go, you've not really done a good job with your level. That's just my opinion. And I mean like a giant arrow. It's not even like a slight arrow. It's just a giant ass arrow. So you can see here, they've kind of expanded this area at the back here. There is some health here. Let's grab that.
I needed that.
The problem with this, by the way. So the problem with that, and I'm gonna show you this because it's important I bring this up because it is pretty funny. This building here is angled so poorly for Duke. Let's kill you. Ooh. So we're inside here. Let's leave here. I do not like this building. So this roof here, I'm gonna walk up it. It is angled so weirdly. You kind of run up it strangely, and then when you try to walk back down, look, I'm just gonna walk forward. Like Duke kind of bounces off the roof. Well, kind of bounces off the building and basically kills himself. It's weird. Downtown is an aesthetic design for Peterson, but it does engage in some proto slaughter before it was a thing. I can take an ugly level in place. Why is that bookshelf so high resolution? Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of things in like this that are like, why is it like that? Why does it have to be that way? Right. So you'll notice here, this whole section here is not in the PC version. This LARD, it's actually been added in, and a lot of it comes from Pigsty, the level. They've kind of copy and pasted it in, and I'll see if we can get inside. I think the entrance to it is over here.
I needed that.
I think it's in this. Is it this corner? There is an entrance to get into it. I'll find it before we leave this level. Duke tries to roll down the bill and forgets in the build engine. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice little Terminator reference there for you. It's necessary to go in there. It's necessary to go in there. It's very confusing. Oh yeah, you gotta have 4 damage. Of course, when we pick up a key, another Battle Lord pops up just for the shits and the giggles. You do not deserve a body. So that's the exit to the level. Right, so Duke 64 has no music. Yeah. So no, there's no music in this by default. So the thing is, I think there's a window we can get in anyway. Let's see if I can make that happen. Jetpack, let's go. So you can see here, there's actually a window here. This is not in the PC version. So this whole section from here on out is not in the PC section of this level. And as you can see, we could get to the end of a level pretty easily without coming in here.
It's time to make tracks.
Yeah, no, so you don't actually need to go inside the inside here, but it is fun to come in here because not only do you get this, you also get the section downstairs. Sorry. Let's grab the jetpack here. Oh yeah, of course. There's a crack in the wall there. So we can get inside that armory that we were looking at there. Bark. Hey Kaz, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one. We are currently playing through, well, we are currently almost finishing Duke Nukem 64. Everyone wants to destroy me in this game. There's never anything nice. No, not you. Not you. Cool, let's put the night vision goggles on. Might make it a bit easier to navigate around here. think we need to go in that door there. Let's just have a look. Yes, this is the door we need to go in. Are you streaming at what? Why are you streaming at 4 AM? Why not? Generally, because I'm streaming, because most these days I don't really stream out on Twitch because Twitch is a bit sort of weird with things. So like I stream mostly on YouTube. It's going pretty well. Yeah, mainly I don't, because back in the day I used to stream only on Twitch and it was fun, but like it gets a bit hard to grow on Twitch. Twitch is a bit weird with helping channels out. There is an underground area. There is indeed, yeah. So what we'll do, we'll do this again. I kind of like how it teases us with coming up here. I'm going to kick myself later on when I look and find out what the back entrance looks like. Was your first stream back in May 2025? No, so the first stream I did on this YouTube channel was back in 2023 when I hit 500 subscribers, but I've been streaming on Twitch since 2020, so it's been a fun journey. But the thing with Twitch is it's just very hard to grow on Twitch. Twitch does not help anyone out, which is weird because you would assume that they would be like, hey, we want to help everyone out, but they don't because they're weird like that. Is Twitch strictly for streamers? Yeah, so Twitch is just for streaming. So if you my recommendation is if you want to start up streaming now, you should stream to both Twitch and YouTube, because I would argue that's the best way to get yourself seen. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Go away, you... No. Twitch seems to refer consistently. I'm apparently in the top 20% of streamers, yet I don't have much of a following. Yeah, so Twitch is, like I said, with Twitch you've got to have a following of your own, because if you don't bring a following with you, it kind of thinks, well, you know, you're not really worth the effort. YouTube's a lot better for discoverability at the minute. If we're talking shop. Amazon owns Twitch. No wonder their customer service is lacking. I mean, at the minute, YouTube's just banning random channels all over the place. So, you know, it is one of those things where it makes you wonder, like, what's going on. Destroy the donuts. So we can get into this space here. I'm just trying to remember how we do it.
Where is it?
But we shouldn't stand too close to that door because we are getting shot at. I'm just trying to remember how we get through the back entrance. There is a back entrance into the police station that we can take, and it basically takes us into the front office. I swear it is over here. There we go. I knew it was here. Yeah, so there's like a back entrance into the police station. Yes, giggity, I know. You have 12 health, more than enough for Duke. Well, now I have 26 health, so I'm helping myself out there. I remember you were watching me do a funny dance at the end of the first level. Yeah, no, the blood stream the other day was really fun. Let's put on the Duke. Oh god, what's shooting me? Here you go. So this is actually on the other side of that door that we couldn't cross through just now. I knew there was a way in here. You see, now we can actually enter this area. I've noticed my favourite streamers on less and less these days. Yeah, it's I don't know why, but I found streaming on Twitch was just draining to me. YouTube's not. I mean, YouTube isn't like perfect, but at least on YouTube, I know where I stand with YouTube. So yeah, this whole area, all of this is basically new to this version. It's insane because, as you've seen, we didn't even have to come here. I've chosen to come to this section. All of this is not in the PC version. And no, there's nothing behind that door. I can show you, but we're probably going to die when I try to show you. Wanted, Randy. Beautiful. I love to play with bots. So I'll show you quickly. There is nothing behind this door. So if you were kind of sat there wondering, oh, what's behind that door? There's nothing behind that door. Yeah, it's just such a cool addition. They really did not have to add all this in because it's not even mandatory. You don't have to come here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I don't go on Twitch. I can't remember the last time I was on there. I have people who've watched me for years, so I still like to dual stream over to Twitch because it's like, you know, Twitch. I always enjoyed streaming on Twitch, but it's like I said, I just have a lot of issues with it. So here's an interesting one for you. This boss is a complete polygon monstrosity, as you can see here. So it's obviously not like this in the PC version. They've also redesigned this level. What did they do to this board? I only got on Twitch when Games Done Quick is on. But what's really interesting, and I'm going to show you this now. One, that flag is diabolical. Like, it is actually hilariously low res. That's the experimental part of a secret level. Half it's in the way and not necessary. Did I miss Hotel Hell? Yeah, we did Hotel Hell a bit earlier. There we go, final boss. Having a single 3D enemy whole game is so weird. It is, but what's even weirder, and I'll show you this. They've actually put in a whole section here that exists purely for, like, whatever reason. You can't get in here without using the no-clip cheat. It's stacked with all these items and things, and it makes you wonder, like, what was this for? Because this isn't in the multiplayer section of the game, so it's definitely not for the multiplayer players. You can see, like, they've literally put all of this in. Is this in multiplayer though, that Omega? Could you confirm that for me? Can you go back inside the entrance? People that want to use no clip. Because I don't know if this level's even in deathmatch on this version. It's weird. So no, you can't just sort of walk back in. You got a no clip. Okay, I'll have a look in a bit anyway because I can access the multiplayer section once this is done. Let's deal with this guy, my dude here, who is kind of a monstrosity. Let's be honest. Oh, it is in the multiplayer, right? I just think it's funny that like they don't let you go there in the single player, even though like it would actually be pretty cool to do that. I will have a look in a second. No blimp makes me sad. But we do have a roof. So they've given us a roof in this version, which is pretty fun. Hello. Goodbye. The roof is on fire. Well, the roof's open, so it's definitely not on fire. By the way, I just want to point out here, look how weird it looks when it's trying to sort of follow us off the I'm glad some people remember the Duke 64. It was a good time. Rockets. So interesting fact for you, there is actually a secret level within the multiplayer mode. I do know that on this game.
It's down to you and me, you one-eyed freak.
I'm just keeping my distance. There we go. I like how we just flopped onto the ground. Those are my favourite, besides homing rockets. Those turns are not smooth.
Game over.
So yeah, there you go. We've completed Duke Nukem 64. GG's. Take a walk through Castlevania Duke Nukem time for sure. Yeah, so what I'll do quickly, I'll go through the multiplayer levels. Because even though we can't access them through the multiplayer menu, we can actually skip to them. So if you give me a second, I'll try and work out.
It's down to you and me.
Here we go. So the Duke Nukem 64 actually has some pretty interesting multiplayer exclusive levels. So we can actually sort of take a look around these because you can still access them through the single player cheat menu. Done, baby. They didn't animate that, I guess. Didn't work on N64. So this is the first level. This is Castle Dukenstein. Yes, and I will be doing the hidden level as well. So you're probably wondering, like, you can see a hand there, like, reaching out to the ground. Slowly the door opens. So you can see they've made this whole level exclusively for Duke Match. So there's no enemies around here. But you can see, like, it is pretty detailed for what it is. Wow, okay, I remember this level. Assassin's Duke is still my favourite console version. I'll play that at some point on stream. You can see here there's like a bed which you can jump on. It's a double bed. If we go downstairs, there is a laboratory somewhere in here. I remember that. I think it's around here. So this is like the living room. I love the scripted werewolf growl. Yeah. So this is like the dining room. Oh, and if you go through a secret teleporter, apparently, like, we can see Duke Nukem hanging upside down. So I think that's from Blood. if I'm not mistaken, because in Blood, the Duke Nukem thing like that is actually a secret in one of the levels there. So that's pretty cool. So this is the laboratory that I was talking about. You can actually see like the lightning is like coming in because it's obviously Frankenstein's monsters. Okay, live action look at Duke Nukem comparing levels, lol. So yeah, this is kind of like obviously a reference to the Frankenstein films. Because it's in multi, yeah. Look, see, it's literally hidden in the living room area. So definitely from Blood. I thought it was because I know that there's a secret in Blood where you can access that. But yeah, it's really interesting that they put this much detail into a level that I think not many people ever got to see. And obviously we're going to keep going. So 332. So this is interesting. In this level, this is from the episode 4 level, the theme park level. But what they've basically done, they've basically cut it in half. So they've called it a piracy in the multiplayer section here, and they've basically put a wall here. In the single player game, there's usually like pig cops flying past here, and it's like a water park ride. But here you can see that they've basically cut it in half, and they've said, well, that's all you're getting. Dukenstein's babe. So anyone who on this day definitely play the multiplayer with bots. It's fun. Yeah, no, it's fun to show off. So it's interesting to me that they took some of the episode 4 levels that didn't make the cut into this, and they've literally just sort of spliced them into the game in other ways. And yeah, you can still jump under the water here. Babeland, that's the one. Thank you. I remember this boat. Yeah, because there's normally a battle lord on the boat shooting at you. So obviously, you know, you've got to deal with that. Yeah, it's just really cool. So the thing with Shaft, Shaft is actually how you access the secret level in the multiplayer mode, because there's basically a puzzle that you need 4 players to help complete, I think it is. And you've got to sort of hit switches around the level. So this is called Shaft because obviously Shaft. Yeah, we can go for a quick poke around here. This level is a bit more vertical, so you get a lot of switches that you have to sort of move around quickly to trigger. There's just like a lot of different sort of levels. So all these like areas kind of bleed into this central area here. Shaft theme players. Yeah, so, and the thing is, obviously, you can jump into the middle here. What happens if we hit that? Oh yeah, of course, it'll kick us back to the first level because it's treating this like it treats them like single player levels, even though they're not really single player levels. So I'm going to show you this level here. This is the secret level that's called Noctis Labyrinthus, and you can only access this level by doing the switch puzzle in the Shaft level. And what makes this level interesting is that it's got a pyramid on it. So this is actually like a secret level for the multiplayer mode that most people probably were never aware of. Don't pay attention to the rock textures. They're pretty horrid. And also, don't drop down here because you'll die, because there's a lot of pits like this. I don't think I've seen this one. Yeah, so like I said, this one requires you to do a switch puzzle in the Shaft level. Otherwise, you don't get access to this one. I only know about this from a strategy guide. So yeah, that's what makes this level like a huge novelty, because even people who own Duke 64 didn't know this level existed unless you like specifically like knew how to get here. Hey, Power Zim, how you doing? How you doing? I've only known about this strategy guide. I didn't find that Babe Land episode until the Atomic Edition. Yeah, they were pretty creative in how they sort of split up the atomic levels that didn't make the cuts.
Baby.
But yeah, I'm going to give you a good tour of this one because I feel like this is the one people have not seen.
Get some.
Let's go through here. Just go home making a pizza. Nice, nice. But the thing with this level is there is one interesting quirk within this level that is, even by like Duke 64 standards, is pretty interesting. It's that rock there. Now the reason what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can get over this thing. Oh, I can. Now what's interesting about this rock here looks completely unremarkable, but if we jump onto it, we die. So don't ask me why they put a rock that automatically kills you into the Duke Nukem 3D experience, but that is what happens. But yes, this is the like super secret level. Obviously, because you know I can use the cheats to get here in RedNukem. It's very easy to get to, but trust me, you do need 4 players to get here if you have real hardware. So it's only really accessible if you're a friend, if you've got friends, which you know I would not have been able to get here. It's a meteor thing I forgot the name of. But yeah, you can see again kills us. Levels that didn't stay, and it might be crash meteor, quite possibly. I think that's the last level. I mean, I can put it in, but it's probably going to crash me to desktop. DN Scotty free. Yep, it crashed me to desktop. It crashed me to desktop. So what I'll do then, I think that we're pretty much done with Duke Nukem 64 there. Just rock like those that didn't get representations, go Postal, Excess Stacy, Critical Mast, and Derelict. Yeah, although I will say Derelict, I'm not sad to see that level didn't make the cut. But yeah, so I think that's a good showcase for Duke Nukem 64. Obviously, at the end there, I showed you some of the multiplayer levels as well. So hopefully you enjoyed what you saw there. Like Red Nukem's really good if you want to use it. It's free to download. And if you have a copy of Duke Nukem, it will play nicely with it. So I do recommend it if you want to give yourself a chance to experience what Duke 64 actually is like. It's really fun. Got a lot of interesting quirks to it. Are we going to get the ranking for Duke content? Good stream. Oh, thank you, Ren. I want to do a Duke Nukem level ranking, probably not until after New Year's though, because I'm going to be quite busy over the next few days trying to get videos up for Christmas. Because obviously, I want to take a break over Christmas because you know Christmas. But yeah, I definitely want to do a Duke Nukem ranking video in the new year. It's on the list of things to do. But yeah, thank you, Kaz. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who's been hanging out in the YouTube chat. You've all been really, really great. Again, like I'm genuinely like shocked at like the fact that people like watching me stream and also like watching me at like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like it's crazy to me, but hey, I love doing this, so like, why not? Experiencing the true agony. What I might do, Carnivorous Giraffe, I might do an N64 real hardware because, like I said, my N64 is literally right. Just I can turn it around. Yeah. So, and I've got an EverDrive in it, so I can literally do that when I want. I might do like a real Duke Nukem Duke 64 stream at some point. So it's definitely something I'm open to doing. I also want to do Doom 64 on real hardware. So there's a lot of things like, you know, I want to do. Sleep is for the weak. You're just so chill and friendly. Oh, thank you, Ren. It's 9 p.m. here. Well, it's like I said, it's just crossed 5 o'clock here. So I'm gonna sign off now. Probably not streaming tomorrow. Probably not streaming Tuesday, which is today, but I will be streaming Wednesday in the afternoon, and I might do a night stream as well because you know these are fun. I'm enjoying these. I'm really enjoying these. No sleep, only play. Oh dear. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for hanging out, and thank you everyone in the Twitch chat. Thank you everyone in the YouTube chat, and I will catch you round on the